Inside the Hive. I'm Ashley Hetherington, and let's talk swimming and diving. Well, since the last time you tuned in, Defiance hosted their first Ohio Athletic Conference meet against Baldwin Wallace. Unfortunately, both our men and women's teams fell short of a win. But freshman Emily Bolin, never ceasing to amaze us, recorded 2 more first-place finishes for DC. These victories came from the 50 and the 100-yard freestyles. Also strong performances, Alicia Hoopingarner took first place in the 100-yard butterfly, Jacqueline Loke won the 500-yard freestyle, and diver Ray McCollins placed second in the 1-meter diving competition. I had the opportunity to talk with Coach Dixon about how the team has been coming along. So, Coach, now that you have a few meets under your belt, how do you think your athletes are transitioning from their usual high school routines into the more demanding college meets and practices?
I think we're transitioning really well right now. We're starting to have our best weeks of practices. You can see them coming in, competing a lot better, trying a lot harder, and getting through the whole practices. So looking forward to the meet at Hiram. It's a meter pool, so it's a little different than the yard pool. So we're trying to transition to that, swimming a little bit more distance this week.
I know that your team is mostly made up of freshmen and sophomores. Do you think there's somewhat of an advantage to have a young team?
I don't know if you call it an advantage. It's probably an advantage for the future. So that way these kids stay with each other for at least the next 3 years, so they get to build friendships and build a team foundation just with them. Don't have to worry about losing people and replacing people. We just keep adding to our team. So getting a core nucleus together for the first year, that's really nice, and knowing that they're going to be here for years to come.
Now, I know that you said that Hiram College will be your next race, and I know it really comes down to that day. You can prepare as much as you want, but it's really all the race. What can we expect to see from the meet?
I think this will be the best meet for the guys. Hiram has a small team just as us, so I think they could have a chance at winning the meet. We're going to try to do our best of stacking the lineup to hopefully give us our best shot at winning. Girls' side, they have a little bit more numbers, but I expect to see some good races. Like I said earlier, this is a meter pool, so our kids aren't used to it, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them if they can finish the races in a longer pool and hopefully competing with Hiram and maybe coming back with 2 Ws.
Thanks, Coach. As for the men's team, Dylan Texter and Ben Rubiscus finished the meet with some impressive scores. Texter took first place in all 3 events he competed in. The 50, 100, and 500-yard freestyle seemed to be a piece of cake for this freshman athlete. Rubiscus placed first place in the 100-yard breaststroke and second in the 100-yard freestyle. I also had the chance to meet up with freshman Jacob Stuber. So your first away meet is this Saturday against Hiram College. Other than the obvious location of the pool, do you think there will be any major differences between home and away?
Major differences between home and away is the type of pool, meter, or yards, and the diving boards are usually a lot different than the pool here.
Yeah. Speaking of differences, obviously you swam, and I'm sure you were a diver in high school. Can you think of any major standouts that are different between college and high school?
I had a really good coach back in high school. He pushed everybody to do their best, and Coach Dixon, this is his first year, but he is doing an astounding job about pushing us and trying to make us do our best.
So you've had a few meets now, and I'm sure you're working towards a lot of different goals. Can you explain some of the goals that you and your team are working towards?
Some of the goals me and my team are working for is just building the good foundation for the rest of the swimming and diving program here at DC the rest of the years to come. And personal goals is trying to make it a nationals, try to be the best I can be.
Thanks, Jacob. Now, the women had the opportunity to get a second meet under their belt all in the same weekend. Our Lady Yellow Jackets traveled to South Bend to race against St. Mary's College, but we just didn't have the numbers to claim a win. On the bright side, Jacqueline Loke and Emily Bolin both had standout performances in their first away meet. Loke was victorious in the 200-yard individual medley and took second in the 200-yard freestyle, and Bolin recorded a first place in both the 100 and 200-yard breaststrokes. With Bolin's 4 first-place finishes throughout the weekend, she earned the title of Ohio Athletic Conference Swimmer of the Week. The Yellow Jackets' next race will be Saturday, November 19th against Hiram College. Good luck to both the swimming and diving teams. Well, that does it for today. I'm Ashley Hetherington, and thanks for joining us on Inside the Hive.